There it is. 10 banana cream pies. Nice. You want me to start off as usual?
You know we're live, right? Did you?
Apparently I didn't. Yeah, of course we're live. Hi, everyone. Okay, we are getting close to the start time, so I will actually start us off. Welcome to Finals Game 2 of the Open Plus Invitational Tournament for Ladder. Eri up 1-0. So Humbugh needs to win this to stay in this. My name is Tracy, and with me today is Koi. How you doing, Koi?
I'm doing all right.
You want to tell us a little bit about what Open Plus means?
It is just a normal seed, except we have pseudo boots, and we will never find the better sword.
Right, we do have silvers, yeah, non-progressive bows, and a lot less hearts. Most of the heart containers replaced by heart pieces, which means while they can get up to 14 hearts, we won't likely see it because these runners are going to skip a lot of those heart pieces. Unlike, for those of you that have watched the open hard mode in the main tournament, where there's 1 million heart pieces there, and if you actually did pick them all up, you could get to 20 hearts. Not happening here.
Yeah, this is the weird one, where like you might want to pick up a heart piece if it's super on the way.
Yeah, I kind of like this. I mean, to me, this version of hard mode is probably. I don't generally like them that much because I just don't feel like they're hard enough to really make a difference. But this one I think is the best one, just because, you know, last year in the version we had, it was always 13 hearts, 13 or 14 hearts, and tempered sword silverless for the end game, and the current one can still get you, you know, the full 20 hearts, which is just silly. Nice
I don't know.
bombs.
Mostly as a runner myself, the heart thing doesn't really hugely impactful. Like
No.
like you know, 7 hearts and tempered sword, and you're golden. Like that's pretty much all any of these runners are gonna need.
Yeah, for sure. I just
More
mean that it's
nice, but
yeah. I just mean that it just like all the races end up the same way in that the one tournament, and you know you get all those you know those heart pieces. Like you have to decide if you skip a heart piece, that's just automatically that's one less heart you're gonna have, which for these runners is fine, but it does make it a different decision, I think. Okay, I saw 2. I didn't see what Eastern was, but I think I saw a red crystal on Hera, perhaps, and a regular crystal on Desert. I might have those flipped. No, I do have those flipped.
The auto trackers got it under control.
Yeah, yeah, the 10 banana cream pies, they got it.
Both runners picking up the bug nets.
Yeah,
they're not
probably my
no,
it's probably my least favorite item. If I catch a fairy, it's just gonna stop me from death warping it. Never.
You have more reason not to pick it up with quick swap.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, like it's not that much of a hindrance to have one extra item in your menu.
Says the person that doesn't use quick swap. With the person who's bad at quick swap.
Well, I mean, I don't use quick swap, but I understand it. I know how to use it. I just don't like it.
Well, you're ahead of me because apparently I don't. All right, let's see what's in the well. Pizza Heart.
Pizza Heart.
Yeah, okay, we need that Moon Pearl. Good thing we had bombs. Money. Pizza Heart. Bombs. Okay, got a few extra bombs. That's good. And plenty of money for the bottle vendor here. And we got our silvers. Okay, that's nice.
Nice. It's just like the bow, except you can't do anything with it. And it's not the bow at all.
Nope, not the bow at all. Yeah, because we don't have the progressive. Okay, a sword is really good. The nicest thing about finding a sword here is now you don't have to think about your bomb count nearly as much, because now you have got an easy weapon to use for mini moldworms. And we'll get the library check, and I think by now these runners know not to actually try and bonk, because that will not get you the item with the pseudo boots. Heart container that we're never picking up. And we're gonna scout this item here.
Yeah, somewhere along the way, these guys have they figured it out.
Yeah.
So they've solved the pseudo boots puzzle. They understand now.
Okay, I expect to see some South Shore checking.
Your kitty cat is so upset.
It is picking up, yep.
Love me.
Yeah, I was telling Koi this earlier. I've got this cat. He's got this toy that when he drags it around, he just doesn't shut up.
All right, Humbug also checking race game, just some bombs. Moving on. Oh, that was a thing you did there, Eri.
Hey, nothing in the dam.
Man, I wish I was good at this game.
Same.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Wouldn't it be great?
All right, Humbug just following Eri over here to South Shore, but we may see a different route on the south after doing the dam. Probably not, though.
Old worms look like they're in the bomb prize pack, so we just get more bombs from them if we want to.
Except the ones that actually drop bombs are not on the way.
That's so true. Oh, we do get a master sword. Uh-oh. So we have nothing. We have no glove, no hammer.
Don't say it.
We have 2 swords and a
We
lamp.
Don't have.
We don't have the lamp yet. You're right. We have the moon probe. We don't have the lamp. I don't think either one of them checked lumberjack yet either.
No, it's pretty common to skip it until you have boots, or at least until you're walking up to the climb to the mountain.
Humbug, no! Yoshi flying off the side.
Rude.
Just 10 arrows at Ice Rod Cave.
Ooh, Eri gonna go for fake flipper.
It looks that way.
You can't water walk, unfortunately, but you can just go down here and fake flipper normally. Yeah, I gotta think this is because the seed is currently threatening Aga.
Yeah.
Fake flippering has a lot more value if it means you might get to skip Aga.
It doesn't usually work out. There was a qual seed where if you fake flippered, you could get away with skipping Aga. But I think that one was a very low money seed, so there's a little more value in wanting to do this if you have the Zora money.
We'll see if he goes any farther. Oh, and we got boots.
We get real
Those are
boots.
nice. Yeah, he's gonna keep going. He does not have the moon pearl, so never mind. He does have the moon pearl. What am I talking?
Yeah, yep, we got that.
I was gonna say he
early.
can't do waterfall fairy, but yeah, he can totally do waterfall fairy. And Humbug's doing the same thing, although it looks like he's gonna skip hobo.
Yeah, sure does look that way. Yeah, I mean, this is usually the way I like to see this play, just because hobo, it gets lumped in with the other flippers checks, but it really isn't that close to these other 4. But unfortunately for Humbug, the prize looks like to be those real boots sitting there.
Hobo is logically equivalent to a waterfall fairy.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So, and the thing with Hobo is that fake flippering and going there normally later, it's pretty much the same time.
Mhm.
Like it's not going to be faster later unless you have like the dream seat where you mirror to it on your way to
Yeah,
pod or
yep,
something,
mhm.
which almost never happens. So there's like the only downside to doing Hobo now versus doing it later is you did Hobo now.
And you might never have to do it later.
Yeah, so like unless you think you're gonna get to skip it forever, there's really not that much to be gained by trying to skip it now. If you think doing Waterfall Fairy is a good play, there's no reason to think that doing Hobo is a bad play.
I kinda think of them more as equivalent, doing one or the other. Unfortunately, nothing in the Zora area, but those boots, for Aerie might make a difference depending on whether we actually need them or not. Not nearly as big a find as normally because
Yeah,
Humbug
we
can
can
still
already
move
go
fast.
fast. We didn't see anything on library, right?
Heart container.
Yeah, so nothing.
So it looks like Aerie is gonna go do Uncle and escape now. Humbug, having already done the Uncle check, wants to go straight over to Eastern area.
This may be just for Sahasrara. I know I'll often do Sahasrara
Yeah,
and then
same.
save and quit.
Oh, a nice
But
tempered
no,
sword.
looks like we are going to continue into Eastern here.
Yeah, I mean, he.
Did you pick up the cat?
I picked up the cat. There we go. Get him purring instead of yowling. Okay, so we're getting simultaneous new checks. Uh, Eastern could really pay off if there just happens to be a bow here.
Eastern,
But the odds,
Eastern
not
seems like
great.
such a big risk right now. Although we're missing so many items for Darkhold access, it's most likely there's something in the escape and at Eastern.
Yeah, very likely. Oh, there's the bow.
Okay.
Okay,
All
just after I
right.
said this is really
Now we
big, if
see.
there's the bow, yeah, and then very
All right.
unlikely, but the
Well,
game just says we're just gonna give you a bow at Eastern.
as long as Aerie doesn't find Darkhold access right here in these next two checks, then he'll head over to Eastern pretty soon. Not a big
Yeah.
deal.
And we don't have a whole lot else to do. I guess Agena is about it. Can't really go up the mountain without gloves, so
I mean, Aerie can do like Claw Crocs, I guess, but he knows his out.
yeah.
Yeah, the bow in Eastern's like a super nice find for Humbug, but it's not going to be a big difference maker right now. Just
As long as
mostly it means he didn't get punished for coming here,
yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
but he didn't really get that rewarded either because his opponent's just going to do the same thing.
Okay, did we see the map at all in these checks for Aerie? Because
I'm not sure.
yeah, it looks like he is going to go for Dark Cross. If Dark Cross is an item, that's good, and if it's the key, he can keep going all the way to the back. Although with no fire source, it's not in logic. But if it's the map, then it's kind of a waste of time. So let's see what he is clearly death warping. So let's see what he ends up getting.
Yeah, so Dark Cross here is out of logic, and so is the rest of Eastern that Humbug's doing. So all we have left is Agena, Sick Kid, and the Magic Mushroom.
Yeah,
Is it a magic mushroom or is it just a mushroom?
I thought it was just a mushroom.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, I don't know.
The mushroom isn't magical.
Okay, well, Mike would know.
Explain how you turn the mushroom into magic powder then. Surely it has magical properties.
Okay, didn't see what Aerie got, but whatever it was not the small key.
Yeah, and Aerie with not very many options remaining, just gonna head over here to Sahasrara and Eastern, and as long as he doesn't get debated by the mushroom, he'll go into Eastern and get that bow.
Yeah, I think if you had flute, I could see turning that mushroom in right away. But without the flute, yeah, I just wait for my next save and quit and then turn it in then rather than going
I
out
don't
of
know.
mode to do it.
I might bail on the mushroom if I was like one item from Darkhold access.
That'd be fair.
But I'd feel really bad if I had to go back to Eastern right after.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, it's not good enough on its own. And
So
by the way, I'm like 100% sure the mushroom's gonna be the lamp.
yeah, probably.
It's it seems likely
It
at
does
this
seem
point.
likely. Which would be very unfortunate to find a lamp before finding this bow, because not only might it take you to Aga, but also without the bow, there's not a whole lot to do once we get
Yeah.
through Aga.
Well, that I mean, I like if I did bail, like if I did the hospital, I found the mushroom and then bailed and got the lamp from turning it in. I'm not killing Aga. Like,
Going back to
I
Eastern.
kill Agra and then what? I guess
Well, that's
I
exactly
get the
it.
pyramid and then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you have two guaranteed checks. You have the pyramid check and you have the first check of pod, and that's it. That's all you got. And maybe pod's not bow locked, but with this bow here, really good chance that pod is bow
Yeah.
locked, and you're supposed to get this bow first.
Oh yeah, we forgot Sick Kid. Okay, so Sick Kid, Mushroom, or Agina.
Okay, so humbugh gonna do the mushroom first. I like this.
Mushroom is most likely, but not guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean, I like this because you do it straight off a save and quit. You can reset it if you want to keep it for the possible fake powder.
Okay, and the mushroom was the lamp. Amazing.
Did you call it?
Oh my god, how did he know?
Yeah, I know. It's just so odd. Okay, so is he gonna go? Like he can do escape now. And yeah, and then do Aga if he wants to.
I'm sure. I'm sure
those other
Humbug
two
is
checks.
pretty confident that it's going to be an Agaseed, but you don't just not do the escape.
Oh no, yeah, of course not. But yeah, I mean, beyond that, he'll have two checks, very far away from each other, annoying to get to possibly stop this from being an Agaseed. And you need 2 items to stop this from being an Agaseed. So yeah, you're just gonna do it.
Yeah, there's just this is without question going to be an Agaseed. I wouldn't even be worried about it.
No, me neither. And now that bow gives us something to do once we've killed Aga.
And because those 2 items that we're skipping are both always out of the way, no matter who you are or how you route it.
Yep.
Like you feel like skipping them is going to help you more than hurt you.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be able to route them back in with other things much later, but doing them now is just too far out of the way. Okay, Eri in his dark room.
Found a key. Although this is going to be annoying for Humbug. If he wants to do Dark Cross, he has to Death Warp on the ropes. Although that's a little easier with the lamp.
Oh, yeah. Also, full health right now. Fortunately, he left the green guard alive, and that'll do it for us.
Yeah, in this in this mode, you will never find the blue mail, but it still takes forever. Oh, it was the 4th sword on armor.
That's funny.
Didn't notice that before.
Wow, that's 4 swords within 20 minutes. Yeah, I didn't catch it either.
I think it might be an Agaseed.
The game really wants us to have swords. I go with tempered swords, silver arrows. I mean, it's pretty good. You have to go through a lot faster than the occasional. We've seen a few in the tournament where you have low health, fighter sword cape. You know.
Oh, Eri going to Gina.
Well, Eri's got to get his lamp first.
Oh, I thought he was going to Gina Escape. Right, he has to turn in the mushroom.
I mean,
do we have blue mail in this mode?
I think they do.
I don't.
I think because it's blue Yoshi. I want to say
so.
Yoshi's green in.
Oh, do we have blue mail already?
I think I didn't even see them pick it up, but that sure looks like a blue Yoshi. I'm pretty certain he's green if he doesn't
okay. I
have...
guess the main tournament one is green mail.
Well, they keep changing it. Like some of them have, yeah. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. We have all the different possibilities. Okay, Aries got his lamp.
And gonna do
Oh,
bonk rocks first. Are we
try
going to the kid
yeah.
too?
I mean, if you're gonna do one, I think you do the other.
It's just like, even if this is a glove, that only unlocks 2 things.
Right. Oh no, no! The
You're not
rabbit
gonna
hole
follow
has been
that, right?
entered.
There's no way you
No, please,
follow that.
no, you can't do it.
No way you follow the
Oh,
book.
this is the last thing I want to find in this situation is that book. He is gonna check Lumberjack because he's got those boots, and maybe that was the plan all along, was to see what am I getting out of a Aga clear. Looks like
20
just
records.
rupees. So,
He's gonna keep going to sick kid.
oh, Airy.
All right, I hyper disagree with this.
I don't like this. Well, in that book now
Watch him check
makes
pedestal or something too.
that book makes the Desert Gina play a better play because he can. Can he clear? No, he can't clear the
No, he
dungeon
can't
unless
even
he finds
kill
glove.
Lamma.
But
So it's like, unless you think the flippers are the only thing in pod, and it leads to this
yeah,
boots that you sequence broke, and that happens to also lead to a glove and a hammer, you're better off just doing that. Nice bottle for a bottle.
okay, save and quit. Where are we going now, Airy?
Please don't go to desert. Oh,
He's going to
my
desert.
goodness.
I would like this better if we had one of the Dark World access items. So like just if you had a
if
hammer or a
if
glove.
you were just one thing away, it makes
Yeah.
a lot more sense to
Yep.
put off Aga. But like at this point, like even if you hadn't checked Agini yet, you're like, okay, well, I know it's logically an Aga seed. So the only question is it possible to skip that logic? And boots into book is not super great.
It's pretty bad. Okay, so we're gonna see what the last in logic check gives us.
This is a lot different than like if we had access to the mountain and then you found a hook shot out of logic or something. Oh, it's a cape. Just to further cement it being an Aga seed, you have
in case you weren't
all
sure.
4 swords and the cape.
The game is trying to tell you something. Meanwhile, Humbug already finished Aga. And we're gonna see what's on the other ledge. And of course, this pendant pod. We're gonna go.
Well, you don't feel as bad about pendant pod here because, like, you're definitely going into pod, and
yep, you have no other choice.
Not having to worry about the boss being a crystal is nice.
Yeah, because you don't ever have to come back. Once normally you'd have to come back, and it almost guarantees a double dip because you're not gonna expect to find hammer here. But now you don't have to worry about that. It's not gonna be unless we have to come back for another reason. Not gonna have to come back.
First test of desert is a small key. Moving on. Oh, I'd be checking the
torch.
The torch. Well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter either way. Because like if the torch is a big key, then you have to backtrack all the way to the right side. And if the torch isn't a big key, then you come back to the right side, get the big key, and then go back to the big chest. No, yeah, I guess going to the right side first is better.
Yeah, this is fine. Well, those are our items.
Both items.
And yeah, still an Agaseed. Logically and not logically.
Yeah, so
I don't think there's any more out of logic checks
here.
we can do. I guess he's just gonna go grab that big key right now.
On the plus side, since he found both items, he can safely never come back here until the end of the game.
Right.
And because Meyer is a crystal, that means we're guaranteed to have, or Meyer and Swamper crystals, we're guaranteed to have the flute and the mirror before you have to finish desert. No, wait, it's red crystal. Okay, as long as the flute isn't locked by the red crystal,
there you go.
Then he'll be able to come back here at the end of the game. And it wasn't that big of a time loss or anything.
Okay, so Humbug, it's like we are our bow locked here, which not a surprise. Yeah, and Humbug forgetting that he's got pseudo boots and trying to bonk that wall, not gonna work. We went through all this trouble saying that they know they're pseudo boots now, but
I always forget in Turtle Rock on the way to Crystal Roller Room.
oh yeah, that would be a good one.
That's the one I always forget.
Okay, are we keys or are we gonna get something actual here? A map. And this has got to be a small key now.
Yeah,
and
so,
now we have now we get to Death Warp.
so only one key on the right side means that nothing in this dungeon is bow locked.
Everything is bow locked because we didn't get a key in the first check.
Oh, I didn't miss that then. My bad.
That's okay. That's the first key they found. I don't know what was in that first chest, but I just know it wasn't a key. So yeah, now we get to do the rest of this. He doesn't have to check any more of these, so he can skip these because we know they're all keys. I guess you're gonna get a key here, and you can skip the 2 drop-down keys because you could just hammer jump to get, or you could just grab it. That works too.
Oh yeah, why would he grab this? Like he doesn't need this key.
No. But I mean, if you don't want to hammer jump, then grabbing this key is fine. But I think it's faster
you only have to hammer jump if you're doing the boss, which we're not.
Oh right, because good point. Because then if for some reason we have to come back, you just grab that key and go to the back. It's fine.
Yeah, a little weird. He didn't. I mean, like you would normally grab the key.
Okay, backup pod. What do you got for us? You gotta have something. I always get excited when I get to skip those 2 keys.
Yeah, you feel like a real smart person. I bet nobody else did this. Haha.
There's our 2 keys in the back, and there's a glove, which gives us the mountain.
Well, a couple checks on the mountain, but the mountain, I guess. It also gives us catfish.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's better or worse, though.
No, I mean, it's 1 check versus 2, which is kind of bad.
Oh, Back of Escape, you're right. Also Back of Escape.
Ah, yes, Back of Escape.
Which I believe has a small key and the map. I'm not sure about the map, but definitely a small key. So 1 or 2 items there.
Ether. To be determined whether that's useful or not.
I'm sure it's not. And that's it.
Okay,
so
we got a glove.
Back of Escape or climb the mountain for 2 checks. We do Back of Escape first.
Back of Escape first, yeah, absolutely.
Obviously.
If you had a mirror, I could see just saving quitting from the Dark World so you can get the pyramid spawn and do catfish first, but we don't have a mirror, so. Okay, Aries done with his Aga Tower, gonna head in and find his glove in pod.
And we get the key, 10 arrows, and a map. Yeah, so it was just 1 item.
Wow. It is the quickest check, though, so it makes sense to do it first. And then I think you do mountain, because if nothing else, you get the save quit point. So even if the item turns out to be catfish...
It's not unlikely that our next item is actually going to be the hook shot rather than the hammer or the glove.
Yeah, because that gives us a lot of items over in the mountain.
So going to the mountain first protects you in that event, because if it was the hook shot that comes next, then you want to grab catfish with going to West Dark World. And if the hook shot's on catfish, then you can just save and quit straight back to the mountain, and nothing was lost by doing the mountain first. Wow. I cannot believe he checked it instead of just blind grabbing it. What are you doing, Humbugh?
No boots.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have actual boots. I got fooled.
You got fooled. Darn pseudo boots.
What's that song I'm thinking of?
You're just gonna have to pick those boots up at some point. Because we know the big key's sitting on the torch in desert, so the flipper is going to be hard. Well, I mean, they're already hard required for swamp, but... Okay, we have one last check on the mountain, and then it's catfish.
And Humbug still has Gina, so he might, and Sicket, so he might be worried about those as well. But I think, yeah, catfish probably first.
Yeah, I like this. He's not even scouting the
he's
item.
actually blind grabbing this.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, 50-50, it's
I
going to
mean,
be the item.
it's fine. I think he should have checked it, though.
It's a hook shot. Let's go.
Because he had so many other locations that could also be the answer. Like, it could have been, from his point of view, it could be just be hammer on sick hit or something.
Yeah.
A bomb
That's
jump.
right. He hasn't done those extra checks yet, but they're all so far out of the way. Okay, so we're going to go back to the mountain.
Yeah, so now that we have this hook shot, we have access to East Seth Mountain, which is, a nice 8 checks. But even more likely for the answer to be is west, north, and south Dark World, which the hook shot also gets us access to.
Yeah, hookshot here makes a lot of sense because of that. I mean, it could have been. It could have been hammer for regular Dark World access, or
yeah. I mean,
for
hopefully we find
myth,
like
whatever.
hammer or myths right here.
Hammer would be really nice here because then you can just go do Hera right now. Also, you don't have to worry about anything being left behind when you head over to Thieves Town.
Yeah, it's just at any given moment, the item you're most likely to find next is the one that opens the most things, and the place you're most likely to find it is the densest location. And right now, that means West Dark World.
That was a whole lot of nothing in Paradox Cave.
Yeah, very, very dry. The thing is, it's such a big risk to go to West Dark World and leave this behind. So, like, even if you're like, oh man, it's totally going to be Village of Outcasts, it's totally going to be Hype Cave, you still do Paradox Cave first.
Yeah, I mean, it's 7 items plus the 8th item over in Spiral Cave. And we'll see if the floating island gives us anything later. It does not. That is a bottle, and we've already got our 2. Well, I guess Humbug doesn't have the second one yet, but he's not going to grab that anyway.
All right, Eri finishes up Pod. Gets the glove and probably does the same thing. Oh, going where?
Catfish?
Oh yeah, I guess he's going to Catfish first.
It's a choice.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why he'd go to Catfish first. I mean, like, you might as well do Back of Escape, right? You can't pair that with anything else anyway. All right, the mountain was empty. Humbug heading towards Catfish as well. Well, towards the hookshot spot anyway. He might go to Catfish. Typically, you would do Catfish here and then just backtrack to the hookshot spot, but you don't have to. Catfish is always slow, no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, we've already done all the Zora checks. I mean, not that we have flippers anyway, but you can't even pair it with that right now.
Humbug hasn't. Oh wait.
No.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, because he didn't go to Hobo. He went to the other ones.
Right. This is kind of an interesting scenario here. I mean, Eri definitely is behind for having been as thorough as he's been, but he does have the boots, and those are going to matter here because we do need them. And it's hard to say when Humbug gets there.
I think Eri's behind at all. He's behind on new checks.
Yeah.
Like we watch Humbug because he's the one doing all the new stuff, but eventually he's going to go do exactly all the things that Eri did, and they're a lot more even. And like I was saying, like the only way he gets hyper punished for the desert play is if the red crystal blocks the flute.
Yeah.
Because Eri's not going to go back to desert without a flute. Not for a long, long time.
Right. And Humbug did do the catfish check, so a little bit of time lost for Eri there, just because he's not going to be able to pair it up with the rest of the Dark World, but it's not that big a deal.
Now, Humbug going to check Bumper Cave. He does not have the cape from Agina that Eri has, but it is nothing.
Doesn't matter.
We will get to see front of Skullwoods.
Yeah, I like doing this first when you don't have a hammer, in hopes you give yourself more chances to find that hammer.
I feel if you're coming from the Aga portal, you don't skip anything at all.
Yeah, because it takes so
Ever.
long to get back here.
I don't care if I find 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4 items in the front of these town. I'm gonna go kill blind because there's no way I'm leaving anything behind.
I think we saw one item already. Nothing interesting though.
See now. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, that hand looked like it was gonna be timed perfectly, and then he goes and kills it.
if Eri messes that hover up, then what do you do? Are you gonna climb the mountain all over again?
Barry's gonna go to East Death Mountain and get his nothing over there.
I was gonna say Eri shouldn't be checking the item in advance because he doesn't have any other checks. He knows that it's Spectral Rock Cave.
Yep.
But then he started hovering. I was like, oh, that was his plan all along.
Those darn hovers. Okay, so that's it for Skullwoods. Nothing useful. Now we'll see the village items. More hovering. Mitts.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is our item. That's what we were looking for.
Yeah. So now that we have mitts, then it's not quite as obvious whether or not you want to clear.
Yeah. Now you start skipping stuff that's slow.
Yeah.
Or risky.
Yeah, because that thieves' big chest it's always a little scary when you're going in there, and you have that thieves' big chest. So we'll see how many items are in the front, and that'll influence whether Humbug decides to full clear it or not, or clear it to the best of his ability.
Most players just do the back here in this situation because if you don't do the back, then you're death warping or walking out.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what the front has for us, though. Or you can get a mirror.
Have a mirror, so yeah, not doing the back is a lot more reasonable now.
Yeah.
So with the mirror, that gives us access to Hera.
Yeah.
And a few mirror lock checks that we don't want to go to.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge is probably the worst among those because we've already gone by it.
His
story was on path. Yeah, I don't know
Graveyard
when you do
Ledge anymore.
Like we haven't done any of the South Dark World, so like K45 easily grabbed. Also with Hera, you can go over and do Dark Death Mountain. Now that you have that, you've got Hookshot. You've got Eri probably doesn't need Hookshot when he gets to it, but you got the Hookshot for Hookshot Cave. So you can get all 6 of those checks after you finish Hera.
I wasn't watching. What did we find in front of thieves? No key.
Yeah, no small key. I think we just found that mirror. We got one. I think we got one of the mapper compass. It's funny because the small key is what being available is what puts some of these checks in the back in logic. But I feel much better doing these if I don't find the small key. You just and then it's like a 50-50 shot that it's even available.
Yeah, it's like Catch-22. Because if you have the small key, then blind's in logic. But if you don't have the small key, then it's not in logic, but you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Two items in the front, no small key. All right. Well, we
Okay,
didn't find a small
so
key in the attic, so our seed isn't broken. That's good.
that's always good. Yeah, so 50-50 that we're going to leave an item behind.
And in the maiden cell, the small.
Of course. Of course.
Is this even random? Did we get map in the attic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, to me, when I see a map or a compass, it just registers as map or compass, and I never remember which one it was. But we've seen them both.
I'm not surprised that Humbug went to the back.
No,
I
think this is
wouldn't have.
I think this is a pretty favorable layout to not leave something behind. But yeah, I mean, it is going to burn you sometimes. There's never a guarantee.
I don't know. I would have felt like with the mitts in the mirror that I wasn't worried about any time loss from having to double dip this later. That it'd be worth putting it off and hoping to get the hammer first. Well, we get a medallion on blind. Might need that.
Might need it. You don't know. See if Eri makes the same decision.
Like, you know you're coming back to Thieves Town. Or to Village of Outcasts. Wait, what's the word? To Kakariko, that's the one. You know you're coming back to Kakariko eventually.
Humbug gonna get a new bottle. Yay! Look at Yoshi. He's so happy when he picks up items.
Yeah, that's time save for Humbug right there. Not having to walk all the way to Kakariko just for Sick Kid like Eri did.
Yep.
All right, so even though we have the mitts and the hook shot and Dark Death Mountain's available, like we're not gonna just abandon this route. So still gonna see South Shore here, or South Darkhold from Humbug.
Yeah, Eri didn't even go into Thieves Town. Looks like he's gonna go on the way out. Unless he's gonna grab the smith.
Yeah.
You grabbing the smith? Oh, the mirror is just right there. Not that he knows that.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. He didn't do Thieves Town at all, but you know, some players don't want, like, you know, because without the mirror, he doesn't know.
Right, of course.
So he's like, oh, well, I don't want to risk the big chest, and I also don't want to have to death warp to get out of here. Unfortunately, it's going to make his routing a bit less efficient than Humbug's.
If he does score a hammer before he goes back there, though, we will get to see what's in that big chest, and that could matter.
And picking up the smith, Eri's locked into this route of returning to Kakariko right after.
Our first look at Hype Cave. That's important. No, that's not important. We don't have. It's Pendant Turtle Rock. Pendant Turtle Rock, anyone?
Yeah, no progression on South Dark World.
Yeah, we're gonna get a couple extra checks here. Of course, we can't get between the two of them. We could do Bombo's tablet, but by themselves, we can't. Nothing in K45 either. And we're gonna leave that purple chest behind because he'll know we have it when we get there.
We'll just tell him we have it, and he'll like.
That's right.
I trust you, kid.
Humbug is gonna get that ice rod in Hype Cave, which we hope doesn't matter at all because we really want to be doing Pendant Turtle Rock at any point in this seed.
So Eri turns on the smith, doesn't get anything, and are we going straight back? See, I don't know. I don't like that he picked up the smith. Like, I get not doing Thieves Town, and it's unfortunate that he's leaving the mirror behind when he does that. But I feel like he should have, or it would have made more sense for him to not pick up the smith and then go to the mountain after Hype Cave. But this works out better for Eri because now he's going to get that mirror.
Okay, let's see what the purple chest gives us today. Just bombs.
No, we're going to get a Gina from Humbug.
Yeah, I mean, he's as close as he's going to be until he has reason to do desert. And he can't get sucked into the front of desert because the book is behind the boots. Who gets sucked into the back if the flute were to show up? Or sucked in there the back way.
You skip front of Thieves because you're coming back for Thieves immediately after Smith. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just like some in-between route between doing Thieves immediately and putting it off for the hammer. You're just not doing it immediately, but you're only going to check Hype Cave and then do it anyway. So
yeah, we're going to finish it right now.
That's why, but I also was thinking, like, if you're willing to do Hype Cave before Thieves Town, I feel like doing Dark Death Mountain before Thieves Town as well.
Yeah,
makes a lot
I
of
agree.
sense.
But, you know, we'll see how it works out. We're going to see Dark Death Mountain over here on Humbug's side, so... I mean, Flippers have to be showing up pretty soon. Flippers and Hammer.
All right. I mean, it's no big deal for Eri because Humbug did this already, so they're going to be in the same boat with the big chest. Just a little more awkward for Eri to choose his route from after this because he can go south for Purple Chest, Bombos, and K45, but he already walked that way once, so it's not as efficient.
Okay, so far, what do we got from... Oh, there's that hammer. Imagine having the hammer before finishing Thieves Town. I imagine we'll also... Humbug will also do Hera from here. And there's those flippers.
Hey, Swamp, how's it going? So we are approaching go mode, still a few items away.
Now we need a fire rod. We'll need a cane of Samaria. Humbug needs to find his boots. We need a flute. And just let this be Bombo so we never have to enter. Nope, it's Ether.
Turtle Rock is alive!
So, Kane go mode, anybody?
Never gonna happen. If they find the flute first, Tierra is very dead. I'm worried about that flute. If flute's in Pyramid Fairy, I'm very, very worried. There's a bunch of other places it could be, but it is currently possible.
Oh, this is interesting. He didn't check the basement cage. He's just going to go ahead and grab that big key and go up. And then I assume if he doesn't get both items, we'll check it on the way back in. Okay.
None of the items. And Eri actually going to take his newfound mirror back up to Graveyard Ledge.
This is interesting.
He may backtrack for Purple Chest into K45 and Bombos, but for now, this is a brand new check. Never before seen.
I assume he'll do King's Tomb as well.
For sure. And
okay, so one item on Moldor. Hopefully the other one is just the one that he skipped early and doesn't have to consider going or make a decision about the basement, the tile room basement.
Vanilla Graveyard Ledge. Feels bad, man.
Or he just doesn't go back in. Okay. that's also a choice. Did I just miss him going into the? I don't think I did. I think he just didn't go into the first basement cave.
I can't say that I was paying that much attention. I trust Humbug though. I'm sure he's reasoned it out. So he did go to the basement cage, and Tracy's just crazy.
I mean, that wouldn't be a news flash. But
and Eri is backtracking. So this whole overworld routing from Eri ends up being pretty inferior to Humbug's.
Okay, so item behind the tiles. Okay.
But from Eri, we will get to see Bombos Outlet, which we haven't seen from Humbug.
Okay, so Humbug's about to get his boots.
And Eri may opt to go finish Desert just because he's nearby. And then that would solve the Pyramid Fairy problem.
I mean, it is a completable crystal dungeon.
Yeah, it's just he already has
he's got the items, though. Yeah.
So it's
I would think
the only reason to do Desert right now for Eri is
right there.
Is just in case the flute is behind the Pyramid Fairy. If flute is literally anywhere else, it's faster to wait.
Yep. Bug looks like okay, yeah, swamp. This is Swamp Palace. The other 5-6, in fact. I mean, if you're you at least check the Bombos tablet from here.
Yeah, definitely.
And get a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, so he's an open out. Okay. This is the better play. It's not that likely that flute is specifically behind Pyramid Fairy.
Well, everything will be back in logic for Eri after this, because he'll get his flippers. Probably, I assume we'll head off to Swamp as well. Probably, and of course, doing Hera first. We'll see if he chooses to do the basement item.
Definitely something to watch out for. Eri's done more checks than Humbug, but they haven't, like, given him anything.
Yeah, so far the only thing he's gotten were the boots. The real boots. And that kind of took him on a bit of a unnecessary wild goose chase to go to Desert early. Which may or may not, in the end, matter. Like, I suppose if Flute were go mode, Humbug will have a very quick Desert. So.
And Humbug has those boots now, so following Swamp, it probably won't take him that long to go do Bonk Rocks and get the book.
Right.
And then Desert's like, full of value because it leads to Pyramid Fairy, which he already has the second red crystal for.
Right. Okay, are we doing left side first today, Humbug? Or are we going straight to the back?
It is guaranteed to have an item. Since
it is guaranteed to have an item.
There's definitely lots of situations where it makes sense to either put off or not do left side Swamp, but a lot of items from Go mode.
Yeah,
and the world's getting smaller by the check.
It sure is. Now I'm just a serial left side skipper, so. At the very least, in terms of if I do it, I'm almost always going back in for it if it's not a key sandy seed. Doesn't make that necessarily the right call. I've often said about this check, it will win you races and it will lose you races. When and it doesn't matter whether you do or not, it'll find a way to screw you.
I think it comes down to asking yourself the question, okay, so after Swamp, what am I doing?
Yep.
And if you don't like the answer, then maybe you should be doing Swamp.
I think that's a good way to think about it.
And currently, Humbug's reply to that question is like, I could sequence break, no, kill Helma, I guess. And of course the map's on the left side too. And a piece of heart.
Yeah, and then the other reason I also hate doing this without a big key, because then you get the situation that Humbugh's likely to run into, which is you get the big key really late in the dungeon, and then it's like, oh, I gotta go back in for that one last check. Big key could just be in the big chest, though. That would be nice.
But with Diver Down, it's like if you do left side swamp, regardless, even if the big key's in the back, I think it's faster to do it left side first.
Oh yeah, but faster doesn't mean fast. Okay, let's see. We're gonna get a bomb diver down here again. Ooh,
Hey,
a shovel.
a
A
fetch
shovel. After we have no reason to go back to that area except that shovel. Hey, maybe the big key will be in the big chest.
Hammer pegs is another thing.
It is a thing.
We hadn't discussed yet. Hammer pegs is another huge value play for putting off thieves with the hammer. So
Yep.
even though obviously hammer pegs is accessible without going to the back of thieves, if you do Thieves Town early and then you do Smith sequence like what Humbugh and Airy have both done,
Yep.
then hammer pegs becomes kind of a little lonely check there, just sitting there all by itself, and you have no reason to go back there. But if you put off back at thieves, then you come back with the hammer to do back at thieves, and you do hammer pegs at the same time.
So interesting to note that Airy's been very thorough on the overworld, but he's also skipped Hera Basement. Ah, see, there's that big key.
Naturally.
Okay, now if you're Humbug, do you go back in, check the big chest?
Yeah, of course. We didn't find any progression, and
No, we didn't.
like, you know, it's an item. It's not like it could be the map or something.
Well, I would hope you would know it was the map. But yeah, okay, let's see if it's the last check. Let's see what it is.
Tracy, I'm really thirsty.
Go get some water.
Well, I have to like go to the kitchen for that, but I have a cooler here with some alcoholic beverages.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Dunka doesn't do one of these when he's calling these races. We've got at least one alcoholic beverage.
Like, I don't really feel like drinking right now, but it's more of a I don't want to have to go all the way across the house to get something to drink.
Chat,
like,
what do you all think?
I don't want to drink, but I'm thirsty, you know?
Oh, looks like this is gonna be. Oh wait, did we see something on Lake Hylia? I didn't
think so. I think he's just blind checking it.
Maybe only Airy checked this. Yeah.
I mean, Humbug might have checked it earlier and just forgot.
I've done that before.
Like he did Zora first without doing Hobo, and then he did Hobo from the Dark World. So unless he specifically swam up there to check it before going to Zora, he wouldn't know what it was.
Right. I don't think he did know what it was. Okay. Are we gonna see? Looks like we're gonna see that shovel immediately. There's no good way to pair this in with anything. It's the only thing you got in Swamp, so I think you naturally do this. And we just get bombs, which we don't need at this point.
Wow.
So
where are we going?
Desert? I mean, I would go to desert if I were him.
No, he can't go to desert. He doesn't have the book.
He doesn't have the book. Okay, I would go to Bonk Rock. Pick up my book.
Bonk Rocks are pretty reasonable. It looks like he's gonna go Graveyard Ledge and do the booch.
Yeah, he could pair all that stuff together at this point if he wants to.
So that's pretty good value. We already know that the Bonk Rock, or is that the Graveyard Ledge is nothing. But this will save him from having to come back for it later when he gets stuck looking for the flute somewhere.
Then he goes desert. Then I think he goes desert. I mean, I think your other choice is
definitely
Ice
goes
Palace.
to desert after that, right?
Yeah, finish Helma, kill Helma for
as we keep doing
Ice
checks.
Palace.
The possibility that Pyramid Fairy is what's locking all of our items, including the flute, becomes
Yeah.
more and more likely. And that would be very bad for Eri. Like, he looks behind right now, but it's because he's already been to desert. And if he has to go to desert again, the slow way,
Yeah.
then he really will be behind. It's not the only option, though. There's also the Thieves' Town Big Chest, Hammer Pegs, Killing Helmasaur.
And Ice Palace.
Not
No,
Ice
we don't
Palace.
have Ice Palace. We do not have a Fire Rod. We do not have a Bombos. We could walk into Ice
And
Palace.
Hair Basement.
Error Basement. Oof.
Yeah, so like if it's something like Hair Basement or the Thieves' Town Big Chest, then it's not going to be that big a deal. Because you know, if it's something really terrible, then they both last located. Eri will probably be behind in that situation, but it's not the end of the world.
And for Humbugh, he's about to get this book, so when he decides to do Ether Tablet, he can do those two together.
Bombo's Tablet is the gross one for Humbugh.
Yep. I was gonna save him. Okay. It looks like he was gonna save and quit, then change his mind, but then realized, no, I just want to save and quit. Eri also gonna go back in for the big chest. Oh, he's gonna do Bombos into desert here. I don't know how else you get the Bombos tablet.
He might save the portal too. And then after desert, he can just run back over and do Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, that'd be reasonable.
It's a little annoying because you can't save the portal. You can't leave the portal up on the ledge. You have to mirror. You have to mirror back and then mirror again.
Yep.
Rather than hopping off. But we know this is going to lead to Pyramid Fairy access, so it's pretty reasonable to do that. But no, he's just going to leave it. Okay.
I mean, just save and quit and go from Link's house. Not that. It might. I don't know if anybody's timed that sort of thing. No, Eri didn't do left side first. He's gonna do that now.
Oh boy, the seed. Give me the things that I need to do more things. So like I said earlier, the most likely item for us to find is always the thing that unlocks the most checks. And right now, that is a toss-up.
Yeah, flute would unlock.
It's either Fire Rod
or
slash Bombos or flute.
Fire Rod opens up a little bit more than Bombos just because it also gives you Skull Woods, but yeah. Cane opens up Turtle Rock, but without a Fire Rod, there's not a whole lot we can necessarily do there.
But since the world is so small right now, it is likely that whatever we find next locks the other ones.
Yep. Looks like Eri's gonna head over there too.
Yeah, he's going to desert.
And he can leave his portal here, so it's a little bit more efficient for him. Except he needs to be a little bit more to the right.
Yeah, this is quite unfortunate for Eri. So you can see the time difference between them now. Humbugh is making his way towards Lammo, and Eri is about to open desert. Eri's already done most of desert, but he does have to travel all the way through, which is not significant in a race of this caliber.
Yeah, and he picked up that big key earlier when he was in here in hopes that he would just be able to go to the back, and that ended up not working out for him, so he lost a little bit. Because here, the big key's a little more on the way than what he did to get it the last time.
I think they've done all the same checks otherwise, right?
Yeah, at this point. Eri would be a ether tablet up.
Yeah. Yeah, and Humbug takes out Lammo right as Eri gets into the back.
Lanmo with silver arrows is nice. And we get Happy Yoshi again. That's probably one of my favorite sprite poses, is Yoshi when he picks up an item or picks up a crystal.
What
He just
sound?
looks so happy.
What sound does a Yoshi make?
I'm not gonna try and make a Yoshi sound.
Because, like, you know, it's an animal. Animals make sounds. If you had to spell it, what would it be?
Oh my god, I have no idea. Okay, here's the big bomb. Yoshi says Yoshi according to chat.
Yoshi is Yoshi.
We do get to do this the fast way because we killed Aga at least.
Maybe it's not faster to save the portal. I feel like if it was, Eri would have done it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was mirroring at that spot, but I mean, he was already in the Dark World, so I don't know. There it is.
Yep, flute locked by Pyramid Fairy.
There it is. Oh my god, that's.
Oh my god.
We said that how long ago did we talk about that?
Well, I
flute?
didn't say that was gonna happen, but I
No,
said
no.
that was the
You in
concern.
fact, you called it a concern, and you said it probably won't happen. But of course, Rando likes to do those things to us.
We ran out of good checks, and suddenly it was a thing. An onomatopoeia? Yes.
Of course, without that cane, we could be doing caneless mire here.
Yeah, the flute only gives us 3 overworld checks. And then we can go into Mire for 1 or 2 items.
Yep.
But going into Mire without the cane is not as horrible as it would be for other dungeons.
Yeah, I agree. And of course, can we even get into Mire? Oh, we can. Where's Eri going? Oh, he's actually the flute.
He was just going through the woods.
Sorry, I've been playing a lot of Ambrosi 1A yet, and I finally actually had a seed where I actually remembered to not activate the flute last night. So
you can't say A.
Ambrosi 1A? How do you pronounce it?
That's the way. Well, it's like because instead of ambrosia, it's ambrosiana.
Okay, Ambrosi 1A.
But you do the zh sound.
Oh, is that how we do it?
Ambrosiana. Which I actually enjoy, by the way, Dunka. I think it's I honestly hate almost every mode that isn't just Open 7.7, but I kind of enjoy Ambrosiana.
Yeah, I like it.
It is a really terrible name. Like, my God.
I suggested Retrosa. But probably Dwayne didn't like that, so.
As someone who has to say the name out loud every time somebody asks the question, what mode is this? It's an awful, awful name.
And yeah, we are going to go into Mire because our other choices are pretty awful. Also, next invitational. That should be the next invitational. Just putting that in your ear right now. It's a
What, Ambrosia wanna?
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe if we can make it to where it's like you have to kill Ganon with 8 pieces or something.
Nah, I like that you don't have to kill Ganon because I keep ending up on Fighter Sword only.
I don't like the ending. It's really awkward to for the seed to end upon talking to an NPC.
In the meantime, we have what would be a Godmire if the Cane would show up.
It's always Godmire when we're not in go mode.
Of course. The seed knows. Both runners in Misery Mire at the same time. I love me some powder, but
hooray!
it's a fetch quest I don't want to do. And we're just going to go ahead and do cutscene. I mean, it is a little bit more likely to be the other item since this can't be a small key, but it's still slow.
I haven't paid enough attention to know what they found so far. I know we have at least
big key,
one
small key, and powder.
Oh, big key, small key, powder. Okay.
In that order on Humbug's side. I didn't see which order Eri did the first two checks.
I might have tried to put off this check then. Because if I remember right, this isn't even in logic until you have 3 keys, right? So there might be a key.
Nah, it doesn't matter in non-key sanity.
Oh really? That's confusing.
Well, because the keys are just going to be available. So it just can't be a small key unless the big key is in the other spot. So the fact that we already have the big key means that it just couldn't be a small key. So it makes it a little bit more likely to be the item. But I mean, there's still map compass out there, so it's not that much more likely.
I think you still need 3 keys though.
Well, yeah, but they're here. Like they're all.
Yeah,
available.
but one might be on Vitreous, and you can't do Vitreous. So if Vitreous has a key, then that means it's cane locked.
Okay, that's fair.
So I don't know. I think it would make sense to go to the right side and see if you find all the keys first, or the second item. And all the keys were on the right side, so the cutscene chest is in logic. And Vitreous does have the second item.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It was actually faster for Humbugh to do the cutscene first if you're going to do it at all.
Okay, so we have. Well, first you got to do the powder because you just got it. And then you probably do hammer pegs with it.
And honestly, if you
don't go into Thieves Town,
only if you don't get anything. Like if you do hammer pegs and magic bat, and it's like, okay, so the flute led to nothing.
Yeah.
Then you just do Thieves Town. You're like, okay, fine. But
you're
probably we're gonna find something here.
For Humbugh, your other choice is Harrow Basement and Ether Tablet. For Eri, it's just Harrow Basement when he goes over here. So Eri more so definitely going into Thieves Town than Humbugh, but I think you're right.
They're looking for Fire Rod and Samaria. Oh, so you're saying even if it was the Samaria locked, you would say do it anyway if it could be the second item, just in case it could be Fire Rod. That makes sense. Okay, well it wasn't hammer peg, so
nope.
Not.
I think powder is a little more likely, honestly.
Well, yeah, we're following the chain we're on.
The thing that we got in the place that we had to go to.
Oh,
it's not powder.
The flute lets him nothing.
And Humbugh says no to Thieves Town.
Oh, that's
He's gonna do the 2 mountain checks.
His other options aren't that great.
I mean, this is his other option. He's gonna do Ether Tap, but we know that's nothing, and then he's gonna do Harrow Basement, and that's a big unknown. They both skipped it.
I don't know. I would have. I would have definitely have recommended to do Thieves Town right there.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
right there.
The concern might be is that you think it's likely that your opponent already did Thieves Town, and if they did, then that's the answer, and then you're screwed anyway.
But you might assume that your opponent decided to
But
do
yeah,
Harrow Basement as
the
well,
same. Yeah,
so, you know.
you apply the same logic to Harrow Basement.
Now he's got the ether tablet, and that'd be, oh, it's 2 items, not just 1.
Yeah, so Harry, where are you going?
And now we're rich. And we have nothing to spend.
He hasn't done Magic Bat, right?
Now, Eri
so-
only has Harrow Basement. So.
Well, he has the Thieves big as
No,
well.
I mean, aside from the Thieves. So I expect him
Yeah.
to go to Thieves.
All right, well, Eri has been trailing most of this race. This is the first huge divergence that might change it. Eri's doing Thieves Big Chess, Humbugg's doing Harrow Basement. One of these is the answer.
After all this time. Yeah, I go back to when you talked about doing, you know, if you're not going to do all of Thieves Town the first time Eri went here, might as well do the mountain before coming back here.
I mean, it would have made getting this check a lot easier, but this check might be nothing.
But even if this is nothing, then
wasn't
he knows where to go. Oh, okay, so it wasn't nothing, and Eri never has to do Harrow Basement. So yeah, it's gonna give Eri a lead.
How come waiting for the hammer never pays off when I do it? And then here it is. Here's a race where they both get punished for.
Okay,
hammer.
My sob story is I was very early on when I was playing, just starting to learn cross keys, and still not very good at the blind fight. I did a very low percent Thieves Town and skipped the big chest, and I was so proud of myself because I was like, yeah, I can do blind with, you know, crap equipment. It's all good. My go mode was in Thieves Big Chest, and my opponent got it when they went to Thieves Town because they waited on it. Yeah.
And I usually wait for the hammer. Only in like Aga. Oh, it wasn't here either. Okay, what did we forget?
Well, yeah.
Did we forget something? We must have, right?
We've all forgotten something. I just don't know what. Oh, Helmasaur!
Oh, right.
Structural Mike with the answer. So they're gonna be getting there at about the same time because Eri's gonna do Harrow Basement before doing Helmasaur.
Yeah, that means Humbug retains his lead.
Yeah.
That's funny though that it wasn't Harrow Basement, or that wasn't Thieves Town Big Chest, but they're both going back for it. Because so this is the kind of seed where like I wait for the hammer and then I finally go to Thieves Town with the hammer and I get nothing in the big chest. I'm like, ah. That means that it was actually faster to do it the first time. But
yeah.
Nope, because if you go there twice, even if it's nothing. Oh man. This is a Fields bad seed right here.
It sure is.
Thieves Big, Harrow Basement, and Pendant Helmasaur, and both runners do the right one last.
I mean, to be fair, I think I would. Whether I chose Thieves Big or Harrow Basement, I'm doing Helma last.
Who's gonna go to Helma?
Oh my god. Not even green pendant, you know?
Literally impossible to single dip this dungeon.
So hopefully this is Fire Rod. That's what you really want here, I think. I mean, Canis Mara gets you to finish Mire and get your item there. Maybe that's your Fire Rod. So maybe that's actually better. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, this is almost definitely going to be Fire Rod or Bombos. And we'd rather say Fire Rod because of Mothula, but
yeah, we don't really want to see Bombos, honestly.
Bombos is about as likely.
Yeah, oh for sure. 3 items in Ice Palace plus a green pendant. So 4 items de facto Ice Palace. The only good thing I can say about this seed is that guaranteed that we don't have to kill Trinex. We might have to go into Turtle Rock, but we don't have to kill Trinex. But caneless Ice Palace for a pendant. Just
Oh, I mean,
not what
you're not going to
want.
feel that bad about it if it's your only location left.
No, I mean, well, it still doesn't feel good, but yeah, you know your opponent's doing it too, so. My biggest worry right now, if I'm the runners, is I definitely worry that my opponent was able to do both those checks, the Hera basement and the Thieves' Big Chest, more efficiently, or in the case of Hera, chose to.
Or even more likely that my opponent said, you know what, I'm going to do Helmasaur instead of those checks.
Yeah. I could be more worried about the first one. But yeah, definitely. They're all both valid.
Well, I think like waiting on the hammer for Thieves Town is not unreasonable. Like some runners will do that, but very few runners would have done Hera basement.
Yeah, I think that's
with
fair.
the amount of checks we had available at that point, it's like, okay, well, I can do Hera basement, or I can full clear Crystal Swamp and
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and Pyramid Berry and all that. No way you do Hera basement. Not in a race. Not in a 1v1 race at this stage in a tournament.
Okay, what do you got for us, Helma? It's a fire rod!
Hey!
Good. Okay, so now we finish up Skullwoods, because there is an item there. And hope we still don't have to, and still hope we don't have to enter Ice Palace. Turtle Rock officially dead, because we can't get our go mode is Kane.
I'm not sure saving and quitting was actually faster since it put you on the pyramid. I feel like he didn't save any time, and now he has 4 fewer hearts.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the plan. He just wanted to get rid of sword beams.
Well, sword beams can be a pain in the moth fight. But there are better ways to do that.
Ari also picking up his fire rod, a little bit behind. But there's still a lot of game left to make a difference here.
Yep.
And at the end, like they're within like GT routing at the moment. All right, no question here. Both runners going Skullwoods first.
Yep.
Doesn't
You
make
have to do
sense
this anyway.
anything else.
And gonna do moth first and hope the item's just on him and not in the bridge chest there.
All right, and we begin our Mothula fight. Opening with a dash. Well, a dash poke, I guess. For a quick moth.
And oh, it is the item.
We did get the second item, so that's nice at least, but not progression.
Not at all. So, Ice Palace, anyone?
Or are we missing a small key? Did it have to be the boss?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, in the end, it doesn't matter because you're gonna do the boss first, no matter what here. But yeah, if what we were missing was a small key, then the item just has to be on the boss.
What? You're not gonna check pedestal?
for the cane behind, I'd be seriously questioning these runners' ability to do these seeds if you check pedestal when your last pendant is Turtle Rock and you're missing a cane of Samaria. But you know.
What if it's a heart container?
Then it can just sit there.
Oh, missed our fire rod shot right away. I'm sure it'll be fine. Magic routing can sometimes matter though for this. Although I guess it doesn't matter as much if we're not doing Icebreaker.
Well, the nice thing is we can leave with Kane. Now, hopefully the Kane is not sitting on Cold Stare or on the green pendant turn-in. So there's no debate. Once you find K and you mirror out, you go finish Mire and you're done. But not exactly the position you want to be in. But again, you know your opponent probably went through all the same things, so. Chat calling for Ain in the icebreaker room.
Humbug does think to do the ice palace bomb jump here. Like you could choose to not do ice palace bomb jump, but if the cane's on the boss or green pendant, then you're very, very sad.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing ice palace the developer intended way.
But if you do icebreaker and then it's like the bad key layout or something, and you have to go to ice T the slow way, then you're a little sad. But not nearly as sad as the first situation. Item 1 and no small d.
Yep. So he's just gonna go north here. There's that same bomb jump from Eri. We'll see if he chooses to route this any differently.
That was really slick. You can see that NMG practice.
Yeah.
really come into bear.
I'm a big fan of every once in a while having to do the Ice Palace bomb jump because you want to be able to do it when you absolutely need it. Like Eri's going to route this pretty similarly. Could have maybe, depending on where it is, could have maybe gained time if he had gone straight to this right side area first. Yeah, and there it is. It is.
In the vanilla Vicky chest.
Yeah, which is where you do Icebreaker.
Naturally. Alright, well that's go mode for Humbug.
Eri won't be too far behind.
Far enough.
Yeah, I mean, this is, Eri is definitely going to have the execution advantage. I don't know if it's enough outside of the big key routing. Big key route is still close enough for big key routing. Mire routing won't matter because A, it was a God Mire, and B, we already got the big key, so we just go straight to the boss.
I wouldn't really say Eri has an execution advantage.
I'll take my NMG world record.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not saying Eri has a disadvantage. I'm just saying that for randomizer at this level, they're pretty darn close.
Oh yeah, I mean by advantage
like
I mean very small amount.
The NMG world record is it's about consistency, you know.
Yep.
And that's worth something. Like that's worth being impressed by. I'm not saying it's not impressive. I just mean it doesn't necessarily translate to Eri automatically wins every race in randomizer.
It most definitely does not.
Just because his cold stare fight doesn't go awry as often, you know.
I mean, I would say he could gain a little bit of time on execution, but by itself, it will not be enough. He needs some sort of either something to happen to Humbug or just, you know, completely disparate big key routing that favors him.
Yeah, I mean, even if Eri does have an advantage and is saving time on every room or something, there's not much game left.
No, there really isn't. I mean, we're gonna the Vidi fight. We just got silvers, so this is an easy fight for both of them.
Humbugg's NMG is 126. Yeah, that's an incredible time.
It really is.
I mean, it's not like Eri getting a 123 makes everyone with a 124 bad at the game. It doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. All right, time to go to GT.
I think the safest thing to say is both of these runners are clearly very, very well practiced.
And doing that doesn't help.
You're proud of your 136. Wall kicks, I'm pretty sure you could beat my time in like one attempt.
And Eri choosing not to use his silvers. He's got plenty of arrows.
Although I could probably beat my time in one attempt. But I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, they're asking you to do rando NMG, but for someone that doesn't use quick swap,
Oh yeah, no,
that
it's
seems
like
like a terrible idea.
There's like no point in me even doing vanilla preset without quick swap. It's not even like I can't make up for not using quick swap by having better routing, right? Like there's no point.
Well, everybody gets, yeah, everybody gets the same time save on text boxes, so that doesn't really help either.
All right, so Humbugg's about like 90 seconds-ish ahead right now.
Yeah, again, this really has to be a big key on right side and Humbugh goes full left type thing at this point. And Eri goes right, but
They probably do similar routes.
And
Humbugh,
hope to the left. A lot of people, when they get that small key, will continue on to the right, but Humbugh says, nope, I don't want to do that yet.
I always hope this catches on, but it really hasn't. I like to call this particular route the Hope Route. I think that's catchy. The Hope Route, where you do Hope Roam and then do the other side.
Yeah, it's my favorite route.
Because it's like, well, I think it's on the left side, but I really hope it's in the Hope Room. So it's the Hope Route.
I've always called it that.
You just called it Hope Left. That's what I'm saying. The name doesn't.
Okay. I see. What
people
you're saying,
people do the route, but nobody calls it the Hope Route.
I have called it the Hope Route before, but you are correct. I did say Hope Left.
And it was in the Southwest Room, so Humbugg's
yeah,
route.
there's no way Eri can make up
Working
time on that. And in fact, he might lose time if he decides to follow this small key to the right side. No? Okay.
No, he does the same route.
Does the same thing. It's good for him, but yeah, I mean, at this point, Humbugh just needs to make a mistake for Eri to have any real shot at this. And that's never a good position to be in, where your opponent has to make a mistake for you to win.
Yeah.
But it does mean we're probably getting a game 3.
Yeah. Although I'm disappointed, because it means I'm not calming game 3.
Yeah, same.
I think Dunka's probably going to take that one. Although I almost didn't calm this one. As I forgot about this. I signed up to do main tournament comms today.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that
I wanted
to
calm the mat match later today.
Yep.
But I didn't get picked for it. So I was like, oh, that's too bad. And then I saw there was another match earlier. I'm like, oh, hey, at least I get to do one comms. Totally forgot that I already signed on to do this one. All right, both runners in the gauntlet now. Humbug still about the same amount ahead.
Yep. And I really think that for our NMG players, this part of the seed, GT part, just really shines, really shows off that NMG skill.
Oh, is it
always the same?
Matt versus Eri later today?
Yeah, it
I
is.
knew it was Matt. I wanted to call Matt's game. I didn't even notice who it was up against. Oh man, Eri scheduling 2 high pressure matches right after each other.
Oh, it's game 2, isn't it? Because I literally just called Matt's last round match game 3 on Thursday. So it's like, oh, already going to be done with the round of 16 almost.
Take that, Moldorm. You big bully. Alright, Humbug successfully does not fall. Maintains his lead.
Not sure what he was hoping to find there, but...
I don't know. I wouldn't say no to some more arrows, just in case.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Eri with a whopping 8 arrows to Humbug's 5. You know that's going to be the difference. Kid, of course.
Health refill, yeah. Would have been worth it. I guess he didn't have magic for powder. He could have fake powder. Or fake powdered, I guess. Well, Eri doesn't take the heal anyway. So whoever walks into Ganon first.
Oh, here we go.
Another time
Eri with
save
the hover.
for Eri.
I wish I could just do that at will like that.
There are not that many people who can hover that consistently. There's a lot of hoverers. There's plenty of people who can hover, but to hover so consistently that you're gonna use it in a position like that to save a few seconds.
Yep.
Not that many. Oh, nice lineup there on that the Aga. You really only see like high level NMG players do that, where they like stand against the wall like that. Right, Humbug on to phase 2 here, going for this 1-on-1 with dashes. Now we have blue mail, so you're not going to get one shot by anything here.
And in this mode, bottles are always empty, and none of them bought any, so...
Walking into
No, wait, one of them threw... I think one of them might have a blue, because I want to say somebody threw a bottle into one of the pond things. So.
Well, they probably won't need it.
No, I shouldn't.
I mean, if you walk into Ganon, you die anyway. I think it's pretty sure it's 6 hearts on blue mail.
That sounds right.
And here's phase 4 for Humbug. Arrow number 1. Light the torch. No, if he waited, he could have gotten a triple. But better early than late. And there it is. Down goes the Ganon.
And Eri, I'm about to say Eri finishes. That's not right. Humbug about to finish with an official race time of 1:36.53. Eri in phase 3 of Ganon. GG's to Humbug.
Let's see if he gets this triple. Nope. It was a kind of an awkward timing to get the triple.
Yeah.
Because if you get the torch glitch and you're in the wrong position, but if you wait to get both torches, then he's too far south.
And Eri gonna finish with an official race time of 1:37.30. So very, very close race in the end.
Yeah, he made up some time on the climb, but not enough. Welcome, Eri and Humbug, to the voice chat. GG's.
Yo, GG's, dude.
GG, Eri.
Isn't it always wonderful when you literally locate your go mode and then you find out your opponent did the same thing?
Very technically,
It's
it
like-
wasn't last location for me.
Oh, what did you have left?
I didn't do the shovel. I was like, okay, I'm
Wow.
gonna give myself one thing. It's gonna be the shovel. But like, it didn't matter. I did so much extra stuff early game that I felt like mid game. I felt I had to be super thorough just to be able to make something more efficient. But nothing popped up, so I kept having to do awkward things. Or things just really popped up at the worst time, like the mirror in front for the thieves. It was kind of dumb, but also just really unfortunate that it kind of just ruins my entire plan.
Yeah, it can't be fun. You do a whole bunch of the Smith chain without a mirror, and then you walk into Thieves Town and there it is.
Yeah. And like, it was the one item that kind of led me back to North Darkwood, which was nothing, but I kind of felt like I had to do it because, like, I don't know, it was something that humbugh probably wasn't likely to do, considering, I don't know, just I felt I had to go for more out of place stuff, and the main stuff was on the way, and then the flute was behind Pyramid.
Yeah, and that was the thing we talked.
I couldn't believe you followed the book.
Okay. So
yeah.
It wasn't necessarily about thinking, oh hey, I can finish Desert or something. It was more like, okay, well, if flippers are in pod, leads to the boots, leads to the book, leads to hammer or something. Then I felt like, okay, well, if I just get the hammer, I can finish pod. I didn't know if it was going to be a crystal or pendant or not.
Right.
Then at least I can do the beginning of the Dark World more efficiently. It wasn't about, oh, I can avoid Aga. It was about, how can I most efficiently start the Dark World? Mm-hmm. The fact that
like getting into Dark World with only bow, like you really want something else to make it more efficient. So I can definitely see that play being something that I would also do if I would have found the boots early.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate that the one thing that meant you couldn't just go to the back of Desert and finish it was flute on Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening.
Mire and Swamp were crystals. So you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get Flute and Mirror. We just come back later.
Yeah.
Unless, and I guess maybe if the Flute happens to be behind Pyramid Fairy. Rip. Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, like, other than the ramp, which I wasn't like particularly happy with. My execution just also wasn't up to par. So me losing this race is like, it's no big shocker, and like humbugh definitely deserves this one. But we'll just have to see how tomorrow goes.
I mean, gotta have a game 3 in these, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
We keep having insanely close races, and well, it is 3-1 for humbugh right now over the course of this invitation.
Yeah, but we haven't been more than 2 minutes apart in any race.
Yeah, we have. The Mimic Clip Seed.
Yeah, the Mimic Clip Seed.
That doesn't count. That does not count.
That would have been really close.
It would have, for sure. But yeah, these races are nerve-wracking. But like, the thing about them, like, I know Eri beats me execution-wise. But if, like, in the end here, my line of thought was, if progression is on Helma, then I know we're both gonna last located. And I was just holding on for dear life that maybe I had a more efficient route before that, because I'm not doing anything after Helma. Like, I will do everything I can not to go back to Helma Sword. I was just hoping that my route was more efficient.
It was funny because we had basically forgotten about Helma as Eri was checking the Thieves Town Big Chest and you were checking Hera Basement, and then you swapped and we're just like, what are we forgetting? Oh yeah, Helmasaur has an item.
Not even on the radar. Was there any consideration for putting off Back of Thieves for you, humbugh? Like, Eri couldn't have done that because, like, you already committed to going all the way back to
not with a mirror in the front.
Really? Because I would
yeah.
think with the mirror in the front, you're more inclined to
No,
skip the back.
because with the mirror in the front, I might never have to come back to Village Outcast at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can do Smith Chain with the mirror very efficiently, and then I can just completely disregard Village Outcast unless there's a hook shot in Hammer Pegs or there is something in the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, I've never seen the hookshot hammer.
No, never. Right. So that's usually my line of thought when that happens. And mirror tends to be in the front of Thieves Town a lot. I don't know why, but I've had it there.
I was thinking like going into Thieves Town, it's like, well, he's almost definitely going to do this because you don't want to have to death warp out of here. But then upon getting the mirror, I was like, oh well, now leaving seems a lot more reasonable. And since we haven't even been to Hype Cave at this point. We have the entirety of Dark Death Mountain available,
Right.
and now Harrow with the mirror. Like, there's so many other checks that all could have the hammer, and all it would cost you is like one extra run over to Village of Outcasts. And chances are pretty good we could find the flute to make that even more efficient before doing that. So I thought there would be at least some consideration for waiting for the hammer. It would have been more efficient in this particular seed where you guys both ended up going back there eventually anyway. But yeah, no progression to be had.
Yeah, like Mir opened up. Sure, in Mir and Myths opened up stuff on Death Mountain, but I had already been there. I had already done Paradox and Spiral Cave, so I had less new stuff to do with the mirror than I otherwise would have had if I'd done Village of Outcast immediately upon hookshot. So it just, I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Thieves Town Big Chest doesn't exist until it does.
I'm sure you're not the only person that's done that.
It works
No.
most of the time.
Well, yeah, usually that's okay, usually.
And as long as your opponent's doing the same thing, then you're not behind.
Yeah,
Yep.
imagine. Yeah, well, I was really struggling with what to do with Dark Death Mountain, but like I already made a second trip to Village of Outcast, so I didn't feel like I could delay Fuse any longer.
Yeah, you hard committed to doing it by not doing the front the first time you were there.
Yeah, I just thought it made sense. I don't know. I didn't expect. I expected.
Yeah, no, I
at some
think
point. I didn't expect the mirror.
Your route was
And-
fine. I'm not. There was nothing wrong with it. It just happened to be mirror in the front, which kind of like made everything awkward.
Yeah, because otherwise it would just be like finish Thieves, grab purple chests, do that, and then finish Desert or something, and then go to Dark Death Mountain. But yeah, everything changed when the mirror attacked.
So both of you were pretty confident that the other one also orphaned the big chest.
Not necessarily, but I didn't. But I thought that if that happened, that maybe the rest of Humbugh's route might have been awkward enough. And I mean, it wasn't super likely that there was going to be something in there until we had like 3 awkward spots left.
All right, yeah.
And at that point, it was more of a convenience check when I was doing powder and hammer packs as well.
Yeah, that nice powder red herring that
Yeah,
was
Humbugh.
in Meyer.
Humbugh went and you did hammer pegs and powder first as well, naturally trying to follow the flute leading to the powder. But you didn't go into Thieves Town right then.
Oh. I had 2 checks on the mountain. I had both Ether Tablet and her basement.
Right.
Okay, because she found boots later then.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking also of the save and quit efficiency that I can save and quit from
Magic Bat.
From Bat and end up on Death Mountain.
Right.
Kind of.
It's pretty smart, yeah.
Because you had the Aga mirror thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that cost me a little bit as well at some point. Yeah, it was just awkward. Mine wasn't completely into it. But yeah, that's just how good. Like the Humbugh is such a strong player. I just can't complain. Just getting inched out every seed.
Yeah, these are incredibly close, for whatever reason.
I mean, excited for game 3 though, and be able to sit back, relax, and watch you guys play one more.
Oh yeah, you're gonna sit back and relax. The two
Yeah.
of us has to
Nope, no, you
has
guys
to
don't get to
endure another
relax at
one of
all.
these.
No, no, not relaxing for you guys at all.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as I get to win tonight against Matt and don't have to schedule a third race against Matt tomorrow, then I'll be okay. But I've been playing so much Link to the Past these days.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what happens when you're in 2 tournaments at exactly the same time, I suppose.
Yeah.
What else would you do?
Well, yeah. Also, I don't know. I also had like a charity run this morning, and I had to talk the entire time. My throat is still like completely shot, like since last week. It's awful.
Oh wow.
Do you guys not also play Link to the Past for like hours and hours every day?
No.
That's what I do.
That's your job, Koi.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm never gonna get sick of this game.
I'm not getting sick of it. I just can't perform for more than like 2 hours a day.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. Like, you know, I play multiple seeds every day, and like after the first one, I'm shot. I have like a 90% chance to lose any ladder race that happens after my set my first seed. All right, well, thank you guys so much for this amazing race. Very, very close one.
Good luck in game 3, and good luck in the other tournament.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the commentary. Thank you so much for the race,
Yeah.
Humbug.
Yeah, obviously, thank you.
It's
This
pretty
is
ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. It's pretty ridiculous. That's a good conclusion.
And of course, tomorrow we'll have same bat time, same bat channel for game 3.
Almost same bat time. It's 1 hour earlier.
Oh, it's 1 hour early? Oh, darn. All right. But yeah, I mean, I guess that'll pretty much do it for us. Thank you again to our runners for putting on a great show. Thank you to Koi for joining me on commentary, and of course Dunka for setting all this up, and our tracker 10 banana cream pies. Tracker's always the MVPs, even when they're tasty and edible. Koi, why don't you go ahead and close this out?
Everyone go sign up for the Cross Keys tournament.
It's no boot start.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.